Seeing Beyond, Living Transformed is a spiritual crossing of the threshold to the world of being a truly expanded human being. Join mediums Cheryl and Kelley for conversations about discovering deep spirituality, developing your intuitive and empathic skills, and personal mediumship. Each episode will focus on tips, tools, and techniques to help you understand and expand your own inner gifts of life journey. Now, your host of Seeing Beyond, Living Transformed, Kelley and Cheryl.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's program. Let me just say, the first to say, Happy New Year. This is our first program of 2023, and yes, it is a special day. I want to say hi to my colleague, Kelley Eckhart. How are you, Kelley?
I am great, and Happy New Year to everybody. I hope, is there an echo?
No.
Okay, might just be me. Yeah, Happy New Year, everybody. I'm so excited for 2023. Yes.
And also we want to thank all of our listeners for following us. We have so many emails every week from people who enjoy our show. We have new listeners joining us today. I want to welcome all the new listeners here. Welcome to a new show, a new year. Me and Kelley are glad to be back. We took a little bit of time off, just a week or so, just for the holidays. But we are back and ready to roll. And we wanted to say hi to everybody and do some readings later, I hope.
Yes. And I want to say thank you, especially to Kat, or is it Kat or Kit, who's been following us on here?
Yes.
I just drew a blank. She sent me an amazing holiday card, and it was blue underwear. Oh. She did a little blue underwear with glitter and these things, these sequins. It's pretty awesome. So thank you. I got your card, and we weren't on for a couple of weeks, so I couldn't mention you, but I wanted to say thank you. And I have the card in my room. I actually forgot to bring it in here because I wanted to show everybody. It's so cute.
Yes.
Because it was in reference to the episode we did with Diet.
Yes. Right, Kit. Thank you so much as well. And to everyone who, sends us cards and gifts. I mean, really, so thoughtful yes. Of everyone.
Thank you. And go ahead.
I was just going to say our show today, it's pretty special because we're going to do some review, but we're going to do some review on some really good tips about what we learned during the holiday season, about healing, staying grounded, and what we can do to kind of reduce our anxiety.
Yes. And I actually took all those tips and put them to work this holiday, being around like 20 people for Christmas dinner, which was a little overwhelming, and we weren't expecting that many people. We were thinking 15, 16. I don't know, that extra 4 was like, woo, just threw us over. But it was exciting and fun, and I put in all those little things into work. So
absolutely. Well, I'm glad you had a nice holiday. It's nice. It sounds like you had family and friends over. That's wonderful, Kelley.
Yeah, thank you. And how was your holiday, Cheryl?
Mine was really more on the quiet side, but very nice. Just, how I like it. Just, my mother, my brother, my sister's out of town right now, but it was a quiet, nice dinner and just low key, right? We're low key. Yeah. And that's how it was very nice. Very nice. We needed some rain here in Southern California, so we got a little bit of it. Kelley, you're in Northern California, and you're getting the most of it.
It's pretty bad. You guys might hear some thunder because I'm hearing it now. You might, hopefully my power stays on.
Hope so.
If not, carry on, Cheryl. I mean, I think I have a little battery power. We'll see. But I'm prepared for it all.
I'm glad. And we want to go into starting the conversation around how to, what we learned from the holidays with all this energy. It was so much energy, and still today. But I feel the emotional, the high vibrations, but it's also a sensitive time during the holidays. It just feels like that, But I know one of the biggest tips that Diet, I believe, was recommending on the program we had her on a couple of weeks ago was about breathing. Like, just take time and breathe and stop and breathe. And when you find yourself holding your breath or having anxiety or worried, even worry will do that. Worry will keep you from breathing because people kind of get in their head, right? We get in our heads. We have to take those breaths, and even counting into 3 and exhaling on the 3, counting your breaths, the inhale and the exhale, that will really bring you into the present moment. I really enjoyed her sharing that.
And that's something I've been doing a long time too. When I was in my early 20s, I went to seek help for my anxiety attacks and panic attacks, and they taught me some breathing techniques. And it really does work, Cheryl. It really does. It's quite amazing. And I will use that all the time. I mean, it doesn't take much, a couple breaths in, and I'm like calming myself down. But even excitement can get us anxious. I was excited for Christmas and I got anxious.
Mm, that's
It,
true.
it was a nice time, and I had a great time. But next year we're going to the Bahamas, just us.
Yeah. You already know what your plans are.
Well, I think it's kind of cool. Like 1 year, maybe we'll spend with family. 1 year, we'll go do something just for our small family.
It's a nice idea.
Yeah.
It's a nice idea.
Kind of break it up.
So I know that one of our other guests we had on was Lori Albert, and she is wonderful at meditation. And what she reminded me of, and many of us on the show, is about having gratitude for all the little things in our lives, because the little things add to the big things, and that adds to the miracle, really, of having gratitude and being able to reflect on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us have had quite the year, both positive and negative, all the above. And it's nice to kind of remind each other that, we're still here. We're here. It takes courage. We made it. And we have such an exciting year ahead of us, because I really feel 2023 is really going to just take us into the stratosphere. I just feel so high vibe about it.
I actually do too, Cheryl. I mean, it's kind of interesting. I know we've had a really difficult past few years. But even through like all the difficult times, I still feel like a lot of good things came out of that. And this year, I just feel like, we're so adaptable as humans, and we've been through so much that we can handle whatever comes our way and still have an amazing year this year.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're prepared for everything.
Mm-hmm. I believe we are. And I started recommending, because this is something I started doing more consistently, is journaling. So I have been writing and journaling every morning, writing how I feel, what I want to manifest, anything that I can think of. I spend a few moments, and for me, that helps to ground me. And
Are you using Lori's book?
Pardon me?
Are you using Lori's manifestation
Oh,
book?
Lori Albert does have that's right. I've already used her manifesting book to do.
Okay.
Now I have my own journal that I'm
Got it.
just doing it on my own. But yeah, I definitely used her journal when I read her book months ago.
I bought it too, and I was going to start using it this year to kind of guide me. So,
yeah. And let's tell everybody the name of her book. I believe it's called The Manifesting Journal.
I think so. I mean, if you just go to her website, Lori Albert, or
Lori
what
Albert.
Is it, Lori Albert?
LoriAlbert.com, LAURI.
And let me just say, I just love Lori.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just such a bright energy, and every time she comes on, I just like get so excited. I feel like she's got to come more.
She has to. She has to.
I know. I mean, I love doing the show with you too, but it is like if we're going to bring a guest, Lori's my favorite.
Yeah, right. So what are some other healing techniques, or how to get through the holidays, how to reduce the stress?
I mean, I think that the top ones you just mentioned, like the breathing, the journaling, my big thing is reframing things, because in the past we've had, I know people can relate, some family blow-ups, in our family. Ever since, when you lose somebody in the family, dynamics change, things change, and people don't act the same, and it's difficult. And I think it's part of grief, right? So this was our first time having Christmas with my sister-in-law in like 2 years, because we had to cut Christmas off with her. And we did our best not to have any kind of blow-ups. That was my intention. And we did great. We all got along great. She snapped at me a couple times. I just let it go, because I know it's her,
Yeah. So
It was quite nice. Yeah.
Helped you, kind of gives you a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
You reframe it also by taking that pause and breathing.
Yeah, and just not getting it impersonal, not having to react.
Mm-hmm.
Learning to just say, okay, I'm good. She's got some stress. Just let her be. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was great. We had the best holiday. I'm really happy with it. Yeah.
I love it. I'm so happy for you, Kelley.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been quite a journey. So I'm happy that we got to have this year. It was not perfect, but I'm happy about it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm grateful.
There we are. Mm-hmm. Grateful.
Very grateful.
Yeah. And I love it when you said reframing, because it did also bring up another tool that we always talk about, is meditation. Mm-hmm. Whether it's a walking meditation or a cooking meditation, or just whatever it is that someone can do to where they can really relax and not have to. Gardening could be a meditation, right? Where you just relaxing in the joy of what you're doing, whether it is sitting into like a formal meditation, or you could listen to a guided meditation. There are many available out there. Mm-hmm. I have some on my website.
But you do? That's right. I forget about that. And you have the best meditations.
And so any type of meditation, it could be music, it could be the quietness, mm-hmm. It could be focusing on the breath. I mean, if everyone just took in a nice big deep breath right now, all the way down to the belly, mm-hmm. and just let it out, that can be a meditation. One breath can be a meditation. It
really can.
Yeah.
I actually used to meditate all the time, especially after RJ passed. For years, it was I always say it was my me time to be with RJ, because every time I would meditate, I'd feel his presence, mm-hmm. and like he'd hug me, it felt like, And then I kind of got off of it for a while, and I haven't been meditating in the past year. And so in the last month, I've really been meditating more. Not long meditations, but I've been trying to find that quiet space, sitting quietly, just breathing in and breathing out. And I forgot how much I love it. And I think I'm going to be doing that every day this year.
That would be amazing. That would be wonderful. And it doesn't take much, does it? I mean, you can really notice a shift.
Yeah.
Quickly. When you take a few moments, even 5 minutes, to meditate, just to sit in the stillness, sit with your own energy. So I'm good. Yeah. I'm proud of you there, Kelley.
Thank you. I'm going to pat myself on the back. Yeah. Have you made your New Year's resolutions, or do you do that, Cheryl?
I do, but I don't really share them, but I do. And I want to tell you, some I've made every year, but I've never accomplished it. But I started this year accomplishing it. Mine is actually learning another language. That's one of my resolutions.
That's one of mine, but not a resolution, but it's one of my goals.
It's a goal, but
Spanish. I want to learn Spanish
to get going, because I think it's time.
What language, Cheryl?
It's French.
Oh, good for you. My nephew speaks French, and his sister, because they lived in Luxembourg for their high school, and they learned it like, kids. They learned it like that in like a month. They were speaking it fluently. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I called the phone and he answered, and I was like, "Who's this?" Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. Well, I always try to every year face one fear. And I faced a lot over the years, so I'm trying to come up with a fear I'm going to face this year. And let me just say, it's definitely not going to be skydiving or heights. Okay, that fear I'm never going to it's not happening. But there were a lot of other fears I have, and I haven't figured out what it is this year that I'm going to face, but every year I try to face one. My fear of crowds, I faced that when I went to India. My fear of flying out of the country, I faced that when I went to India.
You did it anyway.
Getting on stage, I faced that in 2020. Doing Facebook Lives, I faced that also in 2020. It was sort of they went hand in hand, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I haven't figured out which fear I'm going to face this year. But I think, my goal is kind of exciting, and I'm excited about that. And maybe that is my fear. My goal is to really put all my energy into doing events and demonstrations and teaching more. I think I have been fearful of putting my energy into that or going that direction for years, for fear of failure, fear of like nobody showing up, nobody buying, those things, right? Or why would they want to see me? Have that self-talk that goes through. I mean, just because I'm positive doesn't mean those things don't happen. So I'm actually overcoming that. So I guess that is the fear. And I'm excited for this year and for my events and things.
I love it. Yeah.
And I'm excited because also I'm so blessed with friends like you and Allison and other people who are always encouraging me and pushing me. So thank you.
You're welcome. And, Kelley, you have a lot of courage, and so when you say you have a fear, it's really hard to see, but we all have that. We all try to not show something we're afraid about, but it does take a lot of courage to get out of our comfort zone.
It does. It's not an easy thing. I mean, even when I first started, doing readings for people, I was so afraid. And that was in 2015 when I first started charging for my readings. It wasn't just at my, my development circles or, classes I was taking. I was actually charging people for a reading. So, what I did, Allison came to all my readings and held my hand.
Oh, good.
For the first month. It was they got 2 mediums for the price of one. And then I kind of got my confidence and said, okay, Allison, I don't need you now. Yeah.
What I've learned and what I try to share with people is that anytime we can get out of our comfort zone, the spirit world has your back, number one. They always have our backs. But anytime we step out of our comfort zone, it's so much better than what we thought it would be. It's as if we don't think we can do it. We don't think we can do it. We get out there, we put ourselves out there, and it's a success. Right? And it really does. I think the spirit world wants us to step out of our comfort zone, right? I think, as far as developing as mediums, intuitives, as far as teaching it and being mentor to people, it is nice where we can share our wisdom, share our knowledge, what we've been through, the ups and downs, the amazing stories, learning about what it is to be a medium, right?
It's a journey. It's quite a journey, and I feel it's never-ending learning, and really constantly realizing that we have an ego that we have not let go of, even though we thought we had. And I think that's all part of life lessons. Spirit's always showing us, no, that's let it go and trust. And that's a hard thing to do as humans. It's really hard.
You're reminding me of another healing tool that we learned during the holidays to kind of reduce anxiety, lower stress, kind of maybe enter the new year on a positive note or with some good goals or ideas in mind. We talked about affirmations, and you reminded me that an affirmation that I have around fear, when I'm feeling fearful of something, I say to myself, I am stronger than my fear. I am stronger. I'm stronger than that. Okay, I have it. Okay, it's not going to go away, but I'm stronger than that. And that's really taken me through some challenges, so I love affirmations. We talked about that. We always talk about affirmations, and
I love them.
Sometimes they mean a lot to people, and then sometimes they don't. But I have found that when you are in a situation where you're really feeling you need help or you want to ask for help, you're asking for guidance from your spirit guides and angels, that you affirmations help. Affirmations help
You do.
really also when you're at a crossroads. Yeah, when you have so many on your plate, right? You have so much on
Right.
your plate.
I mean, they've gotten me through so many difficult times in life. I grew up in a time where I really didn't grow up learning coping skills or learning how to do these things. They kind of came naturally for me, which I was very blessed with that because it's not for everybody. And one that really got me through a difficult time in my life, and it's not necessarily an affirmation, I
Oops.
guess it's more of a reminder,
Yeah,
but the mind is like a parachute. It only works when it's open.
I like that.
And and anytime I feel, because I'm a little opinionated, I mean, just a little bit, I'm a little controlling, teeny bit, and so that one always hits home. That it's, and I say it's not an affirmation, but it is to me in a way, because it's a reminder for me to open up my mind and to be, you know open to all possibilities and know that anything is possible, and that just because it seems overwhelming doesn't mean I can't do it, I can't accomplish it, I can't get through it, because I can, you know?
That is an affirmation, right? Whether
Yeah.
it's a statement, that you tell yourself, every day, it is you're affirming that you can overcome anything that you're nervous about or
Hmm.
afraid from. Affirmations, I always say, are an invitation to explore or reach a higher vibration.
Yeah.
It's just an invitation. And when you realize the power of words, right? When we affirm the I am is a affirmation.
Yep.
When we affirm the powerful vibration of words themselves, I mean, wow, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. We want to be careful with the words we choose because we want to choose the good ones.
Hmm.
Choose the good ones that encourage and help and empower not only yourself, but others.
Exactly. And I really, I've always been this way. I feel like if I don't give praise to everybody around me that I appreciate, um well, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's like that's part of just like, creating that positive energy is you're there to support everybody, not just yourself. It's like I get excited for other people in my industry like you and other like mediums like Thomas John or whoever it is, for anything they're doing. I'm like really, I admire like what they're doing, and I admire parts of them because I feel like as a medium, even as a person, I do this with people. There are things about people that I enjoy or I love, and I want to take that little piece of them,
Mm,
and I want to use it in my life. So I'm always appreciative and really supportive of people. I never feel like there's competition. It doesn't mean I don't get jealous or envious, but it's in a good way. Like I'm happy for them and I want that for me. Does that make sense?
it does make sense.
And that I feel like really raises my vibration.
Yeah,
I've always been that way.
yeah. Because you see the possibilities. You see
Yeah,
what's out.
exactly. What is we have lots of things here. I'm going to put this on the.
Yes, please.
So this is a long one. Thank you, Marie. She says, my goal is to listen to me so I wouldn't have full blown anxiety attacks and go into what I'm grateful for instead. Promptly forget that yesterday, as I was dealing with whether our escrow was closing, I even yelled at my darling mastiff. Can. Asked him for forgiveness and gave myself a super migraine back to my goal. You know what, Marie, the fact that you're acknowledging that you didn't do it exactly as you wanted is part of the process of growing and learning and
Mhm.
training your brain. You're rewiring it. So you make a mistake, you start over. You rewire the brain again. You catch yourself. That's a good thing because most people don't catch themselves. They keep going with the same patterns, right?
I agree. And the fact that, Marie, that you can voice it out or write it out, in
Mhm.
today's program, you're expressing yourself, which is moving the energy, right? It's moving the energy. It's bringing in new energy. You're not feeling too hard on yourself, which we always need to remind each other, don't be hard on ourselves. But it's about recognizing it, as Kelley mentioned, recognizing it and kind of stepping back from it and saying, oh, that's interesting. Look at that.
Yes.
I forgot to express or have gratitude the other day when I was dealing with that situation. That's perfectly fine and healthy, even because then when you do deal with something and take care of it, when you do remember, you're right back in gratitude. And then maybe the next time something happens, you'll catch yourself even quicker, right? Stepping out.
Yeah. Hey, I am excited and ready to do a readings. Are you?
Yep, let's go for it.
So here is the link, everybody. It's gonna. Oops, I put it in the wrong one. Let me copy that one. Hold on. I typed it in the private chat. Aren't I silly?
While Kelley's sharing the link with you, we just want to wish all of you a happy new year. We are on WLTKDB. Thank you so much. And our show is called Seeing Beyond, Living Transformed. Kelley and I are on every Wednesday, 4 p.m. Pacific, and we're so happy you're here. You have two mediums that are with you on these radio shows every Wednesday. And if it's not me or Kelley, we always have a special guest. So we love having our special guests as well.
Oh, look at how fast those ladies came on.
So we're going to be bringing some people on. I let Kelley kind of run
Well, Cheryl, can you see them?
I do not see them.
So I'm going to let you pick, Cheryl. We have Anne Marie, we have Sandy, we have Kit.
Can we ask Sandy to come on?
Sure. Hi, Sandy. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
How can we help you? What kind of reading did you want?
A medium, please.
Mediumship. Okay. Do you want me to go, Cheryl, or you want to go?
Start, Kelley, and then.
Sure. Is there anybody special you wanted to hear from Sandy? It's best if we go direct because we're trying to be quick.
Yes, John.
Okay. And John is a husband?
A partner.
Okay. All right. So as I connect in with John, I do feel like he's a really kind of smart, intellectual kind of guy, very analytical. Would you understand this about him?
Yes.
And he's a lot of fun, but
Yes.
I also feel, there's a conservative side to him. He has two sides. It's like he has to be conservative when in his work capacity is what I feel like. Do you understand this?
Yes.
Yeah, and he was a lot of fun with you, though. I feel like you really brought out the little boy in him, because I feel like the two of you could like laugh and have a good time and just really made things like it was just like a fun time always together. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And would you also understand with him, there was parts of him that he liked to keep private. It was like he didn't want everybody knowing everything about him.
Yes.
Especially when it came to his health, is what I feel. He was very private about his health. He seemed like he was always put together and always had everything going on. Like he was doing great. Do you understand this?
Yes.
But I also feel like underneath all of that, there were some issues that he really didn't want to share or didn't want to acknowledge. He wanted to act like it wasn't happening and move on. It was more of his way of being positive. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And when it comes to you, you say partner, but I feel like he was more than just like a love. I mean, he's your best friend. He's your companion. He's everything. I also feel like you guys, had a very close relationship. You did a lot of things together. Do you understand this?
Yes.
It almost feels like we're inseparable at times.
Yes.
We are like two peas in a pod. We like the same things. We like to be by ourselves, just the two of us. We like to have fun. Like you guys had so many good times, so many good memories together. It feels like this is like a lifetime, even though I know it wasn't. Do you understand this?
Yes.
And I feel like he is a father.
Yes.
His own children, yes?
Yes.
Thank you. But you have children as well.
Yes.
But you guys don't have children together is what I feel. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay. He's really such a beautiful soul. I really like him. I love his energy because I do feel like he was pretty down to earth. He wasn't uptight or pretentious. He made people feel comfortable when he could. Do you understand this?
Yes.
And I feel like even when because I do feel like he passed from an illness. Do you understand this?
Yes.
Even when he wasn't feeling great, he tried to make others feel great that were there to make him feel good. That's what I feel like. He was always caring about everybody else. Do you understand this?
Yes, I do.
He's a giver. And I do feel like this month is an important month. So I don't know if this is like a special date or like anniversary or a birthday or something. Would you understand January being important in connection to him?
No.
Okay, well, I'm going to leave you that because I do feel like this is an important month and maybe something is happening and you don't know yet, and he's just acknowledging that. Okay?
Okay.
And when it does, then you'll be like, this is from him. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It'll be a sign. He does like to give you signs. I feel like he really likes to come to you at night while you're sleeping because you're very open and you're very clairvoyant. So I feel like you have extremely vivid dreams. Do you understand this?
Yes.
And so in the dreams, I do feel like you guys are always like out and about doing things. You're not like just sitting in a dream, like you're actually actively doing things like you would in life. Do you understand this?
Yes.
And, he's like, just letting you know he's always there for you. Has it not been that long since he passed? Because I feel like it's just been less than a few years.
It's been 5 days.
Oof.
Thank you. I was like, really recent. Thank you. Because I'm like, this feels so recent, but it's hard to tell because to me, my son's been almost 7 years and it still feels very recent. So I get a little mixed up with that one. But he's just acknowledging that. He wants you to know how much he loves you. I do want to thank you for all that you did for him because I feel like he wants you to know that. And that you're still doing for him because I feel like you're still handling things for him. Do you understand this?
Yes.
So he's just appreciative. And I want to be outside. I feel like I want to have my feet in the dirt. I want to be out in nature. Do you understand this?
Yes.
So he's just acknowledging that. Okay. Is he being cremated?
He was. Yes.
Thank you. Because he almost acknowledges having his ashes being, like he would have told you he wanted his ashes to be thrown somewhere.
Yes.
And he's appreciative because I feel like you're taking care of that. Do you understand this?
No.
Okay. I still feel like you're taking care of it, whether it means you're doing it or you're making sure somebody knows that that's what he wants.
Yes.
Okay. Because he's just thanking you for that. And he knows it hasn't been easy for you. But he wants you to know how much he appreciates you and thanks you for everything. And were you holding his hand when he passed?
No.
Okay. I almost feel like then he came to see you and held your hand when he was passing. So sometimes they can do that in spirit and you just don't realize it. So I don't know if you had a moment where you felt him.
Yes.
Okay. And he's just acknowledging being with you at the very moment. So it's like his soul chose to be right next to you. Okay.
Okay.
Cheryl, do you have anything? I'm going to leave you with that.
Yeah, that was wonderful, Kelley. Sandy, I just really have a couple of things because Kelley was so just really spot on here.
Thank you.
And I do felt husband. I agree with what Kelley said, but your partner does feel like a soulmate connection. Do you understand that, please?
Yes.
And I just want to tell you, and very spiritual, both of you, not just your husband, but both of you are very like level-headed, grounded, really kind of salt of the earth people and genuine, if you understand that, right?
Yes.
It feels very authentic with the two of you. It's very original, all the things you do together. And I know when I feel his energy and I feel him around you, I know that he just wants to cuddle up on the couch, and kick back. I know that outdoors is what Kelley mentioned. Absolutely. The traveling that the two of you did and the talks that, you guys are very relatable as if, you were thinking the same things. I don't know. I feel very telepathic with the two of you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
It's just like the two of you are so much meshed or blended. It's what I want to say. And, his love does live on for you. And I do feel like you have a ring that you wear of his, or you have a ring that you're wearing now. Does that make sense, Sandy?
No.
Okay. Do you have a ring of his, please?
No.
Okay.
Oops. Oh, Cheryl, we lost you. Where did she go? Okay, Sandy?
Yes.
Till Cheryl gets back. I also saw something around your neck, though. Do you have something that just reminds you of him that you wear around your neck?
No.
Interesting. Well, I'm just going to describe to you what I see. It almost feels like a ring on a chain. Okay. So I don't know if it's a charm or something, but I'm going to leave that with you. Sometimes spirit brings us gifts and they tell us about them before we get them. So maybe this is something you're going to get and it may be from somebody else, but you'll know it's really from him. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And hopefully we get Cheryl back on here in a minute, but I'm going to leave you with that, Cindy. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm going to put you back there. Oh, Cheryl, you're back. You want to finish, Cheryl?
I don't think so. I think that being
Okay.
kicked off just kind of, because I couldn't get back on for a moment there, but thank you. Is Sandy still with us?
She is. I was just going to put her back in.
Oh, thank you, Sandy. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right. I'm putting you back in there. Bye.
Thank you.
Wow.
So Cheryl, that was so interesting.
I know. I've never,
that was just, it was like spirit did that. It was like, I'm done.
I know. It was like, that's it. Let's go. Let's keep moving.
So, who would you like to bring on? I thought you could see it. I didn't know you weren't logged on same as me.
No.
So, who would you like to bring on? We have Kit, Anne Marie, then we have Anne, then we have Marie, and we have Meg, Maria, Tina, and Eva Marie.
How about Anne Marie?
Boy, let me just say Marie and Anne are very popular. The names?
Are they very?
I've never seen so many. Hi, Anne Marie, can you hear us? Hello? Okay, I don't think she's working. I'm going to put her back in. Let's go with, should we go with Anne or Marie? Eva Marie. Let's go with Eva Marie.
Like that.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
What happened?
I think I hit you by accident. Sorry. There she is. Everything moved. It was so strange. Oops. There we go. Hi, Eva. So you had wrote in the comments here that I think it was you, you want to know who's visiting you at home. I can't hear you. Is your sound working?
It sounds muffled.
Yeah. Oh, I can hear. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. We've just had some strange things happening at the house, like bottles of water falling over, and our puppies barking, at the walls. There's nothing there.
It's God in spirit.
And my boyfriend we kind of feel it's his mom, but then I kind of feel it's my family. So
I think it's your family, Eva. Is your father in spirit?
Yes, he is.
Your father's a big jokester. He likes to laugh and make you laugh and play jokes on everybody. He's just a big kid.
Yeah, he did that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's messing with you for fun. He wants to freak you out and make you be like, oh, what is this? But it's really your dad. He's just having fun with you. I feel like he loved to play around and joke with everybody, and he still does.
Yeah, I kind of thought maybe at first it might have been him because I'm in a new relationship, and I thought he was just coming to check on us to see how we were doing.
He's just having fun. He's not alone, though. There's other people in your family. You have a big, big family in spirit. I feel like there's a lot. And it might be your boyfriend's family, too, but yours is the loud ones.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, I could just feel them. They're so strong. What about you, Cheryl? Do you feel anything? You might get something different.
No, I totally felt a father coming through with Anne Marie, and then here is another father with Eva Marie. And I do feel more than one with you also, but I feel like you're pretty happy these days or something, like your energy seems pretty up. Do you understand that?
Yes, absolutely.
So it feels like in there, like it feels like there's a lot of action in the house, meaning a lot of happiness, a lot of laughing, a lot of joy, a lot of sound. I'll just say that, a lot of volume. Have you had books fall or something? Or have you had papers? It's like books falling or papers falling.
I've had papers falling.
Yeah. I feel like it's your dad, and I kind of keep hearing it's an anniversary right around now. Do you understand that? An anniversary or an important date? But I felt like it might be an anniversary of his passing.
No, but I
Or
have an I have an aunt whose birthday's coming up in a couple of weeks, and she's passed.
yeah, it does feel like there's more than one person over
Mhm.
there. And I get it's almost like having a party in the spirit world or a celebration, you know,
Yes.
like they can't contain themselves and they're just happy for you. Like, don't get complacent. Like, this is a great time. This is really happening. It's almost like you're having to pinch yourself in some way. Because
Absolutely,
yeah,
that's true. That is very true.
so it's almost as if, and I want to say your awareness of the spirit world is actually opened up in some way. So your intuition, your awareness of them, of being there, that's why you're hearing them, seeing them, experiencing them. You understand?
Um, yes, I would say so. I know that I've been extremely intuitive. I smell things, that remind me of certain individuals. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, that you meditate. Now, do you meditate? You talked about that a few moments ago. Do you spend time meditating or sitting in the stillness?
I usually meditate just with you, Cheryl, on Sundays.
Well,
Oh,
that probably does it right there. That's all you need right there. But thank you for that. But it is about you opening up your awareness. Like, um, you want them around. That's what I'm hearing is you kind of like having them around. Like if that's my dad. That's pretty cool.
hmm.
Yes.
So there is that mutual respect. So I'm just going to leave you with that. I'm going to leave you with that information. And Kelly, do you want to add?
No, I think we said it. That's good. Yeah. And we have a lot of people, so I think we should probably keep them as short as possible so we can get to everybody. Maybe.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you so much.
To have you, and thanks for coming to my healing prayer circles on Sunday.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. So the next one I'm going to bring on, and I think they just keep moving. So Anne's back. Hello,
Is this
Anne.
Anne-Marie?
No, it's the
Hello,
wrong
how are
Anne,
you?
but I picked Anne. Hi.
Hi, thank you.
What kind of reading can we do for you?
Just a psychic for the new year.
I love it. I knew we were going to be looking at 2023 for you.
You want to start, Cheryl?
Thank you.
So this is what I'm getting is I feel like, you do have plans for moving forward in 2023. Like you've already set some goals or you've set some ideas into play right now. And I'm hearing like no more practice. You're already there. So I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it's like you're taking something to the next level is what I feel. And I feel like it might be in your career path. But I feel like 2023 for you, I'll just tell you the first 6 months feels like a straight shot, right? But then at the last part of the year, it feels like you go on some adventures or there are some twists and turns, so to speak, but nothing scary. But it just feels like there are some more decisions to make that are very important the last 6 months of the year. So does any of that make sense, Anne?
Oh, absolutely. It's so exciting.
I don't
Thank
know.
you for that.
Yeah, I don't know if you resonate with the number 4.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know, but 4 is a manifesting color. I mean, a manifesting number. It could be a color too, but it's a manifesting number for you. So just keep that with you for this year and let's see what happens there.
Thank you. That's so great. Thank you.
That's
You're
beautiful.
welcome.
Good.
And Kelly,
That
do you want to
was
add
great. No, I'm gonna leave that. You got everything perfect, Cheryl.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you pick the next one, Cheryl. So I'm gonna put you back in. Thank you, Anne.
Thank you.
Hi.
So if Anne Marie's on here, I'll bring her on. She is. I'm gonna bring her on because you were trying to read for her earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, she moved. There we go. Hi, Anne Marie.
Hi, Anne-Marie. How are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. How can we help you today? What kind of
Good,
reading would you like?
I guess psychic
Yeah. Like, is there a question?
question about my boyfriend.
Okay.
how
can
myself and my boyfriend are doing.
can I get a first name? I love these ones, these type of readings, or a first initial. Did she hear me?
I don't think so.
Anne Marie, can you hear
M.
me? Oh, okay. Okay. Let me just ask you this. Would you understand with him, he doesn't always say what he's feeling or what
I'm
he
sorry.
means? Can you hear us? Anne Marie? Oh, I don't think she's connected all the way.
Yes. No, I'm here.
Okay, there's like a 10-second delay, so I don't know if this is going to work.
I wonder if she turned her video off or something, if that might
Yeah,
help.
I tried turning the video off and let's just do sound, Anne
Sometimes
Marie.
stronger,
Sorry.
you might get stronger bandwidth with the video off. And we'll just do audio.
Do you know how to do that?
Or I guess you could move closer to the modem in your house, or
Yes, that could help.
closer to the Wi-Fi connection.
She froze. I'm sorry, Anne Marie. We're going to have to put you back in and hopefully we'll try again in a little bit, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So let's bring.
Is there somebody with a T initial?
Yeah.
Because I just heard
That's so weird, and I was going right to her. Hi, Tina.
Tina.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Here.
What kind of reading would you like today?
I guess psychic.
Yes.
Is there a question?
Yeah.
Well, I lost my dad recently, so
I'm sorry.
I didn't know if there was anything. I know that he was alone when he passed because he had COVID in the hospital.
Oh.
And I didn't get to say goodbye to him or anything.
Okay, so mediumship. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, right off the bat, I feel like your dad was a very sweet man and that you guys are very close.
Yes.
And he loved you more than anything. I also feel like he's very proud of you. And I know you say he was alone, but I don't feel like he felt alone. He felt very loved and he felt ready. I feel like he was ready. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I feel like he's very proud of his life and his family. That there's like this closeness in the family and he loves that. Do you understand this?
Him and I were very close.
Yeah, and he's proud of that. And he just keeps saying, he's with you always, and you were with him in his heart. You didn't have to be there physically. Okay?
Okay.
He knows that you were thinking of him. He knows that you were very involved with checking up on him and all of that. And he's aware of all that. He knows that. Okay?
Okay.
And I also feel like he's not alone. He's with family. Is your mother also in spirit?
Yes. And my son.
Okay, because I feel like they're together. Okay? They're all together. Your son, your mom, your dad, all of them. And they're watching over you. Do you have anything, Cheryl?
Your father says, it's okay. Stop apologizing. Because it feels like you're apologizing to him for not being there or not for doing more, because he lets me know that, you're more worried about him than he's like, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay over here. And he does want to tell me that he can see again. It did feel like he had some other health issues along with the COVID, if that makes sense. But it just feels like, it was time to pass. And, and he wasn't alone. Like, the loved ones were there with him. Like, he's like, I know it looks like I was alone, but really I wasn't. And I want to tell you, do you have the Bible? Did someone hand you a Bible or leave you a Bible, please?
Yes, I have my mother's.
Perfect. So it's almost like keep that close to you is what I'm hearing. Keep that close to you. And if I connect with your mom just for a moment, I just feel like she's very funny. And I feel like she is kind of she's just a crack up, I feel, in some way. I think she has an original sense of humor, very unique, very different. And that I feel like, once again, as Kelley said, your dad is a super sweet man, super nice, super compassionate. And I want to tell you that they both we're grateful for you. They both are thanking you because you kind of made their life worthwhile, is what I'm hearing. Like, you made life worthwhile. It was fun. It was fun while they were here, and they want you to know that. All right.
Yes.
I'm going to leave you with that.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming
thank
on.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We're going to put you back out. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Let's bring Meg on. I don't know why, but I feel drawn to her. And you said you wanted psychic, yes?
Yes.
So did you have any particular question? Right here. An intuitive reading about your love life and the recent man you've been cultivating a relationship with. If you don't mind me asking, I love doing relationship compatibility readings, but I work off of names or pictures, so I don't want to show his picture. If you could just say the first name or initials.
Sure, it's Brian.
Okay. Immediately, I get a really cute smile. He's got a sweet side to him. Very, very accommodating, very fun, loving, and a little bit silly. Do you understand this for him?
Yes.
But at the same time, he's also a hard worker, and he gives 110% or more to everything he does, even relationships. He's also all about commitment. He's not somebody who likes to go around dating a bunch of people. He's all about commitment and love and all of that. I feel very loyal person. Do you understand this about him?
I think so. I hope so.
I do feel like family is very important to him. He loves his family, even though his family and him are so different. He still loves them very much. So I don't know if you've met the family yet, but I feel like you'll see this when you meet them. He's way different than his family. And I also feel like he's had some, bad relationships in the past where he's been hurt really bad, but he's still very open to love. He's not shut down, which is a good thing, because sometimes people, when they get hurt, they put that wall up, but he's just like an open book. I feel like he's what you see is what you get with him. He seems like a really good guy. And you also feel like you've had some bad relationships, so you're having a hard time trusting and not just trusting him, but trusting yourself, because I feel like in the past you've had a broken picker. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And I call it a broken picker, but I think you know what I mean. And you're kind of surprised that you're just waiting for something to fall, but honestly, you're not the same person you were. You've come a long ways. You've made a lot of changes. And because of that, I think, did you freeze?
Yes, she did.
Oh, well, I'll just keep going because she can listen back. Because of all of your changes, you're attracting somebody that's more your match. Somebody that's more your level. And I'm going to leave you with that. And I'm sorry you froze, but you can let me know in the comments when you hear this back if all of that resonated or made sense. I hope it did. Thank you, Meg. All right. So we have Kim, Maria, and Anne Marie, which we're having trouble with. John Quinn.
Anne Marie. Oh.
But she wasn't working, yeah. And Maria Campana, and yeah, John Quinn.
You pick one this time.
Do John. Hi.
Hi, John.
How are you?
Great. How are you?
Too much fun celebrating my birthday today.
Hey.
Happy birthday. New Year's birthday. Yeah. That's awesome. Capricorn.
Yeah.
Capricorns are awesome.
Right.
So what kind of a reading would you like?
Well, I like to do a mediumship reading, please.
Mediumship. Okay. You want to start, Cheryl?
I will. Thank you. And happy birthday. Is your mother in spirit?
No, my mom's still.
Thank you. That's fine. I feel a woman over there for you, but then I also feel like a younger male or a male. Like, do you have a brother in spirit also?
No, I don't. I've never had a brother.
Never had a brother. I don't know. I feel a younger male in spirit. And then also, let me just see, but Dad's over there, right?
No, my father's still alive.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just not your medium for today.
I guess not.
Let me just see. Let me see where else I can start, John.
Okay.
I do feel a younger male around you. I don't know who this is, but I feel like it's a younger male. So I'm going to leave it there and just see what Kelley picks up, and then we'll go again.
Yeah, so Cindy Brown is having trouble getting on. Cindy, there is a link. If you look, it's on the screen and it's also in the comments. So what you need to do is just click that link, okay? I'll put it in the comments again. And that will bring you on here. And when we get a chance, we'll come to you if we get a chance. We have a lot of people, but it looks like you're on here already. So I just want to let you know that. So just trying to help. So, John, I actually felt a father figure as well. Now, it may not be your father. This could be somebody who's like a father to you. It could be like a father-in-law or a grandfather you were very close to. That's in spirit that's coming through. He does feel like a really kind of intelligent guy, a bit quirky. As a grandfather, he was, I don't know, there was like a quirkiness to him because I think he was really smart. Do you understand this for somebody that was like a father?
For a grandfather, yes.
On your dad's side, yes?
Yes. I was once told that my grandfather is like a spirit guide for me.
Oh, okay. Because, well, he's very much similar to you. I feel like you take some after him in some traits when it comes to the IQ and the quirkiness. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I do feel like he's your spirit guide because you two have so much in common. And so he tries to help you in this life. I feel like for him, life wasn't always easy. And I feel like you would know that because people would talk about, things that he had to overcome or things he had to do. Do you understand this?
Yeah.
And your dad and him didn't always have the best relationship.
No, they bumped heads at one point. They loved each other.
No, I know they loved each other, but it wasn't easy because your dad and him were so different, just like you and your dad are different. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
So he's really just coming through to let you know how proud he is of you, because I do feel like you're somebody that follows your you listen to your guides, you follow your gut, you're very whether you know it or not, you're very intuitive. Do you understand this? And he really tries to help you in this life when it comes to finances, when it comes to business decisions, and when it comes to just, important things in your life that you're trying to decide. I feel like he really comes in handy. And don't forget that you have him to rely on.
Yes.
Okay. So I feel like that's what I'm getting from spirit. And I do think that there is also a female in spirit that's very maternal. And again, this may not be a mom, right? Because your mom's still here, but it could be a mother-in-law. And I actually want to go mother-in-law. Are you married?
No, I've never been married.
Okay. Well, then maybe it's not mother-in-law, but I feel like I want to go mother-in-law. Were you previously married?
No, I've never been married.
But you're in a relationship?
Right now, no, I'm not actually. No, I'm kind of looking around, as it were, right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe this is your future woman's mother.
That might be. Could be.
No, but I'm just going to go and tell you, I have a mother figure that's coming through. I don't know who she is. Could be grandma. Could be
thing here.
Yeah, but she does come through, and she's a very strong-willed woman. She was very determined, and she kind of said things like it was. She did not beat around the bush. Do you understand a female like that in spirit?
Yes.
I feel like she was known for just saying it like it was.
Yeah.
There was no sugarcoating things with her.
Yeah.
Who is this? Is this grandma on mom's side or dad's side?
That could be. It could be either one of my grandmothers.
I want to go to mom's side.
Yeah.
And I feel like she was a bit difficult sometimes, this grandma, but everybody loved her still, but she could be difficult because she's very stubborn. Do you understand this?
Yeah.
Okay. And she does not like to admit when she's wrong. And she says the reason that she didn't like to admit when she's wrong is because she was never wrong.
It's funny.
She's a funny lady. I know that she's a bit sassy. She has a good sense of humor. And I feel like I want to pinch your cheeks from her. So I don't know if she ever did that. But I feel like when you were little, she'd do this and give you a kiss.
Yeah, definitely.
So she's still doing that. Lots of love from her. I feel like happy birthday. There's a lot of family in spirit that maybe you didn't know so well, but they come to support you because you probably would have met them when you were in the spirit world, right?
Yes.
So you have family that you don't know, but I know that they're here to support you and love you. And they're all coming through on both sides of the family. So your dad has a brother?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
In spirit, right?
Yeah. He's got he has 3 brothers in spirit.
But one you were particularly close with?
Yes.
Yeah. He's coming through to say happy birthday. Okay. I mean, there's a lot, but I'm going to let Cheryl see, because I think you were on the right path, Cheryl.
I think I might have been getting an uncle or something with the mail, but John, I love it that you have the sense of humor from your father's side of the family. I don't know, the grandfather and it feels very, very funny, and that you have a sense of humor. And also that you have a heart of gold. I just feel like you're such a family person, you know, and you're really tight with your family. I really do see you in a relationship. Just to tell you, when you said you were single, I'm like, I do believe that, you know, there is something coming your way, something about either the middle of this year. It's something like the last 6 months of this year. Like, are you out and about, or are you wanting to create a relationship, John?
Yeah, I've been trying to create a relationship. You know, I've been trying to do a lot of manifestation, like every night, putting it out there that the woman I want to meet is out there. You know, trying to be as positive as possible with this. And I keep putting a scenario out there of having an apartment and having this woman that I'm deeply in love with. I've been trying to really get it out there in spirit and trying to manifest it. And
I love it.
Doing that every single night.
That's amazing.
Because that is definitely something, because I keep hearing you're on the right path. You're on the right path.
Yeah.
Okay. So just please know that. But I just feel love definitely stepping into your life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, ladies in the audience, he's single. You see him. Reach out.
What's that?
Can I ask you one other thing? I've been getting a lot of signs lately.
Yes.
I've been getting a lot of coins, a lot of feathers. And even today, on 2 different occasions, I smelled perfume. And this happens to me all the time. Like last week, I found a whole bunch of feathers right next to my house.
Yeah.
Like 3 dozen of them, like all in the gate of my house.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was because I've been asking for signs, asking for coins and feathers and perfume, and they've been showing up.
I do. You have a guide connecting with you. I think it's a guide leaving you these signs, because you're definitely, like, you're supposed to be either doing this work or doing something around this work or doing more of this work, even, you know, whether you do it professionally or just learn about this type of, light work. We'll just call you a light worker because we know you are. You know, it is about you being a healer also, is what I'm hearing. So are you learning any healing? Are you taking any classes in healing? Have you been told you're a healer?
Well, no, I don't think I've ever been told I'm a healer, but I've been reading a whole lot of books. I just finished reading a book about was it Jerry Hicks wrote about Abraham. I just finished reading one of those books just a couple of days ago, and I love reading all those kind of books about manifestation and afterlife and all that. I'm totally fascinated by it.
So you're opening up the veil, so to speak, or you're opening up that invitation. So please, you know, acknowledge that. I mean, when you see those signs, you know, have that gratitude, you know, thank you, acknowledge it.
Yes. I
strengthens it.
Yeah.
Good.
All right. Well, thank you so much, John, for coming on. Happy birthday. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
You know, and let us know when you meet your soulmate.
I certainly will. And I'll see you on Sunday, Cheryl.
See you on Sunday, John.
All right.
Nice.
Great night, ladies. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So I'm going to bring Cindy in because she's been trying real hard to get on. Hi, Cindy. Can you hear us?
Hi, can you hear me okay?
I can, yeah. How can we help you today? What kind of reading did you want?
I would love a psychic reading for 2023.
All right. Did you have a specific question or anything in 2023?
Really, 2 things, maybe with my career, and then if this lovely dog is going to find a home.
Well, looks like they have a home right next to you.
We're a foster home.
I know. I'm teasing. A lot of people that are foster homes end up keeping a lot of.
Yeah.
So 2023, you know, with your job, I do feel like you're going in a new direction. So I don't know if you've been working on your development and your skill set because I feel like you're moving up. Okay. So I also don't know if you're already in management or if you're already managing people because I feel like you're going to kind of be in charge of whatever the next position is that you take on. And it's possible that this is within the same company, but I actually really strongly feel like you're going to change companies, and it's somewhere around March. Okay, so fairly soon here, but you've kind of put the bug out, and I feel like words are spreading and people are talking about you. So I don't know if you're actually applying or looking at different things, but if you aren't, now is the time. Okay, because it's happening is what I hear, and it's a good thing because I do feel like money's not really important to you, I know, but everybody needs it, right? I do feel like this new position is a lot more money.
That'd be great.
Yeah, and it's helpful, right? But it's funny because it's helpful so that you can help more animals, huh?
People.
I feel like there is more animals coming into your life. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. But also I feel like a side gig or side business happening in the next year.
Okay.
Having to do with the animals. It's not your career, but it's something I feel like you do that you will enjoy and love.
Okay. I will keep that in mind. Thank you.
Yeah. Cheryl, you got anything?
Yeah, you're very good with communication. You're very good with writing, and that just might be part of the communication and expressing yourself. I'd like to see more of that happening this year. I do feel you're going to get more opportunities to do that. And it does feel like there's a change happening with you and that it's something that you're very, very happy about. May I ask you, are you married by chance? Are you looking to?
My kids are both looking at me. They would love for me to be married.
I just want to tell you that I feel like there is romance coming also. So I just feel that pretty strongly with you. Someone stepping into your life. And it does feel like it's a this is it moment. Like wow, that he's very different from everyone else I've met type of feeling, you know? So I'm happy for you with that. Very strong energy around that.
Thank you. Well, they're very excited, so I will keep an open mind.
Well, happy New Year, yeah.
Yeah, Happy New Year. It's a good year this year for you. You're going to have a good year.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Happy New Year's to you both.
You're welcome. Thank you. I'm going to put you back in. Bye. So we have, hold on. We have, let's see. I don't think we can try Anne Marie again, but I don't know.
Let's try.
Okay.
We want to see if
Hi, Anne Marie. Are you here?
And maybe if not this week, Anne Marie, we'll see you next week. We can always try.
Yeah, I'm going to put her back here. So I have, let's put Marie. Hi, Maria.
Hi. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We haven't read for you yet, right?
Right.
Okay. I was like, everybody's names are so close.
There is an echo. I hear an echo, though.
Yeah, there is an echo. Do you have us on in the background, or is it just
I might have you on. What do I click to get you off?
I don't know. Are you on a phone?
I'm on a phone. Yeah, my cell phone.
Have to disconnect. Are you watching on Facebook?
YouTube.
So you might have to disconnect YouTube. You know how you slide it up if it's an iPhone. I don't know what they do on the other phones.
How's that?
Let me see. Talk.
Is that much better?
A little bit better, but there's still an echo.
I closed the window out.
Well, here, let me see, Cheryl. Maybe it's me when she comes on. You see.
Okay, so can you say something?
Happy New Year.
Maybe it is your phone, Kelley, or your reception. But we'll ask your question, and then we might ask you to mute yourself, and we'll get the answer. Like, stay with us, but just mute yourself.
Got it. So mediumship, and I was wondering if you can connect to Joseph because he's been heavy on my mind the last 2 days, and I feel like he's trying to bring in a message.
And who's Joseph?
He's in spirit, and he was someone that I used to date a long time ago.
Okay, just because I know we're might be running short on time, but I'm hearing that you've been praying for him, number one. And I feel like, are you still in contact with his family? No, not at all. I feel like you've been praying for him. And I want to tell you, I feel like he's coming through to kind of push you or nudge you into doing things that you might be afraid to do. But I feel like this time of year is a very important time, meaning it's the new year, it's the start of new energy. And I feel like he's trying to nudge you or push you to kind of put yourself out there more. That's what I keep hearing. Kelley, do you want to step in?
Yeah, and I feel that he's become more of a guide for you in your life, and you're extremely intuitive and you have a strong spiritual sense. So I don't know if you've already started developing as a medium, but I almost feel like you're being pushed to really kind of go outside your comfort zone in that area because you've been holding back. Do you understand that? And you're also a healer, he tells me. So I don't know if you do energy healing, but
I
he
do
says, okay.
shamanic energy healing.
Okay, because he's really like supporting you and letting you know, like, you have a lot of self-doubts. Yeah, and he's trying to get you out of that. So
I think he's around a lot because he wants you to know he's around. Like, it's okay to talk to me. It's okay and you're not bothering him. And, I do feel he wants to put you out there or nudge you or, let you know that he's here to help you, right? And that he is doing well. I know he's full of laughter. I feel like he's apologizing for leaving. I don't think his passing was expected, if that makes sense. But it feels like I'm back, I'm here. And he wants to make a big announcement. He's a big persona, right? He's a big personality. That's what I want to say. And I love him. I love his energy. And I think he wants to help get the word out, get the word out about, connecting with loved ones or using your healing abilities and your energy in that way.
That's what I feel too, Cheryl. I do feel like you guys met in another life, and you made this plan to come here, and he's going to be your guide. But when he was here in the living, he was also a push for you to help you get on your journey or help you on your path. And I don't know if you have a website now, but I feel like he's pushing you to get your website done. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah. And speaking of hearing, he says you're going to be hearing more of him or more of spirit. So I think your clairaudience is kind of kicking into gear here, as they say, or opening, on multiple levels.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you.
All right. I'm going to put you back in here. Bye. Okay. It is 5:15 about.
Yeah, that's when we usually.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
I think we should probably end it. And we'll come back next week. And I don't even know if we know what we're doing next week. What's next week, Cheryl? We haven't decided yet, huh?
Next week is January 11th. So it's 1/1/1.
Oh, yes.
So maybe we'll talk about numbers.
And it's 23. I was going to say 22. Never mind.
We can talk about numbers or numerology. Wouldn't it be
that would be fun. I love numerology. Yes.
People get signs in numbers.
Yes, I do all the time.
Go there.
Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you for coming to our show today. Thank you for coming on for readings. We love you and appreciate you. And we will see you next week.
Many blessings, everyone.
The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTKDB.com.